weekend of the NBA's first round Rockets and the Warriors. The NBA playoffs are presented by Google. The first round presented by ESPN's Bet Sportsbook. Back in the Bay Area, will it be the final game of what is a very compelling first round series between these Warriors and Rockets? Golden State leading 3-2. Tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Modelo Especial. And for the young Rockets, same starting 5 throughout. A nice mix of some young talent and veterans. For the Golden State Warriors, already their 4th different starting lineup of these playoffs. As Buddy Hield remains in the starting lineup, and Gary Payton put into the starting lineup to go with the 3 veterans. And Steph Curry obviously looks very tight right there. Always loose and ready to go. He's going to get to do what he does best and what he loves to do. NBA playoff basketball. Fred VanVleet and the Rockets were sensational in that Game 5 to keep their season alive. And the crowd certainly wanting a celebration. Meanwhile, the Rockets, they love that sound of silence. That's what they want to hear here tonight.
Oh, they're going to want to get started early. The more you kind of look at this series and you understand the Golden State Warriors, who they are, who their best players are. For the Rockets, you want to get off to a good start. You do not want to be going uphill against this team at home in a closeout.
Games 3 and 4 both went to the Golden State Warriors. And a Game 7 would be on Sunday in Houston if necessary. Rockets, a good team all season long. They were 20-17 in the regular season, but as we all know, this is a different sport in the NBA playoffs. Draymond Green on Sengun. Shot clock already down to 6. Century pass. Curry tried to steal it. And a reach and a foul. It'll be a side out for the Rockets. Steph Curry picks up his first.
So interesting you go to Gary Payton, who absorbs the Fred VanVleet assignment immediately. As we talked about in the open, Fred has made 8 of his last 12 threes in the last couple games. Hello, Mr. Payton.
Yeah, that's the guy that you want to come and kind of change it up. But what did they do? They went straight at Steph Curry in that situation because he had a bigger offensive player on.
Of course, has become such a fan.
Okay na yan, baka puta nga, matirap pa kayo yan.
Freshens up on him. Thompson playing his best game in that Game 5 victory in Houston. Buddy Hield is guarding Jalen Green. Draymond Green trying to help.
Jalen Green to me is the X factor. I mean, he is capable of going north and north. We know what they from Sengun. But if Jalen Green starts to make the three goals off the bounce game, it's a different game.
Jimmy Butler comes up short. The Warriors starting 5 didn't play a lot of minutes in Game 5. Steve Kerr set them down early. And all the reserves made game of it late. Right for the opening play. And that for the Rockets. Draymond Green sets the three. Curry right back to Green. Kicks it out. Butler. The fake. Draymond Green settles, fires,
Ganyan, baka masilas pa kayo.
Off of hitting some of those big shots, those dare shots. If you're going to leave me open, I'm going to make you pay. But I stand by. He will always get those shots because that's one less shot for him.
Tambak mo kayo dyan.
Talagang taas dito. Practically cheers a little extra when he knocks one down. Has never been.
Balik, Hill.
Jimmy Butler has Jalen Green on him.
Patay!
Green tries another.
Wala.
There is nobody in the zip code, Richard.
No. They're looking for that shot attempt. Typically from benches you hear, he's with us when he starts missing them.
Jalen Green gets in the paint, comes up short. Dylan Brooks the offensive rebound, kept the line by Sengun. VanVleet. VanVleet has been absolutely scorching the last couple of games.
Quiet in here.
You know what? It was so loud during the introduction.
Wala pa ako,
He's kind of settled in, but his heel tries to answer.
It's higher, George. You know how hard it is to get here at 6, 7 minutes on a weekday, on a Friday. You know how hard that is in San Francisco.
Travel.
They know Draymond's a creator, and sometimes when Draymond misses 1 or 2, he'll go dribble handoff. But there, he has the fake here. Same thing. They're going to dare him to make one shot, and Jimmy has the ability to do it. That's not what you want to live with.
What was that like for you when they left you that wide open?
Well, that was my first and
Wala
second
pa foul.
league, and then I worked extremely hard on it, and it stopped happening.
Oh!
And a foul. Draymond Green looking to James Capers.
Tinulak sa ni Brooks eh.
Draymond Green was off the ball.
Well, Draymond's point was he's holding the
Sa pagbalingan si Green, Green.
kind of physicality we've become accustomed to.
Muna pa pa, Green.
And the officials look to see if that's
Tinulak siya, Tinulak siya.
There is some holding going there, but you don't get to do that if you're Draymond. I'm sorry. That is not how to get someone's hand up.
A possible flagrant act, certainly a chance of that. I mean, a game here, you have a chance to win and move ahead. That's just not a good team play at all.
But you can attest to this, okay? Over the last 3 quarters, what have I said about Draymond Green? That it feels sometimes like he's walking that edge again, which we've seen historically. That, to me, is a case in point of what I'm talking about.
And especially in such an important game, listen, nobody will deny that this guy is one of the smartest defenders in NBA history. His competitive fire has been a big part of the 4 championships, but he crosses the line over and over, and it hurts him and it hurts the team. And he gets started with a possible flagrant foul here in such an important game.
Well, think about the game where he gets a technical foul early, whether you agree with it or not, and then later in the game they give him a flagrant instead of a technical.
The contact by Green is the wind-up impact and follow-through, meeting criteria for a flagrant foul. Penalty 1, who has 2 free throws by Green. Houston will get the ball out of bounds, sideline, 24 on the shot clock.
So Jimmy Capers, the crew chief, and Mitchell Irvin, J.B. DeRosa right away, kind of sending a signal that this is not going to happen all game long, or at least they're going to try to not let it happen.
Well, and that's the thing. Draymond, in my opinion, has been the most important defender of this generation. He has allowed this team to play a certain way with Steph, with Clay, with KD. He's been so important. And I'm with Steph. Well, I'm with Draymond. Draymond, if they're grabbing your jersey, you can get it off. But you also can't swing and out and hit someone in their head in those moments.
So how many guys get this kind of leash in the league to get a flagrant one and continue the discussion?
And in his face yelling at him. Again, the officials in this case, and we've seen it not just in this game but throughout, they're going to give players a little extra rope in a playoff game because they don't want to have an effect, but it just gets tired. It just gets really tired as Jalen Green hits the free throw.
What we're watching is a person's greatest strength and greatest weakness. He walks this line, but you've just got a flagrant line. And I would stand by this, Mike. Over the history of Draymond's career, it feels like there's been a double standard.
Started going Van Vliet. Şengün gets it inside. Couple of picks. Next shot is good. Malcolm Şengün off to a nice start. Couple of buckets. And a 6-point early lead for the Rockets.
And he's got to make these 2 and